Okay, so today we're looking at our F1 offspring. These are the adult offspring of the parental cross that we did. And we got, I, in my vial, got over 50 offspring from this. We're going to check their phenotypes and score those, record those in the lab notebook. And then we're going to set up the next cross, which is to cross the F1 males by the F1 females. So this is a standard next step in a dihybrid cross, and we don't have to worry about whether the females are unmated because their target mates are the males they've already been living with. So we cleared out the parental adults, and the only mating partners they should have are the F1 males mating with the F1 females. So a little bit less to worry about as far as taking care of the who the parents are here. But we do want to isolate them in a new container so that we don't have any breeding across generations, and so that we can guarantee that the offspring that emerge from the new container are going to be the offspring of this cross. So our target moving forward is we're going to count a lot of offspring. And the purpose for that is to get a lot of data. The more numbers we count, then the better we can rely on our ratios. So our target is actually to grow up 250 flies as the F2 offspring of this cross. So for that, we have a container that's got about 4 times as much food in there and a lot more space in there to grow the offspring of this cross. So I've labeled this. I'm going to label it with the genotypes and sexes of the parental generation. So I started mine with a white male by sepia female cross, and I'm just going to indicate that this is the F1 generation of that cross. So this is F1 by F1. Basically, we don't do a lot of crosses in our lab, so I know what this one is, certainly by its large container as well. So apart from the specifics about who the parents are, there's not much that's going to be different relative to what we've already done, except we're just setting it up in a bigger container. So I scored the phenotypes of my offspring here. I got them sorted, so I scored more than I'm going to end up crossing. There's kind of an upper limit to how many you can put in here. So I've got 10 males and 10 females. That's the maximum we recommend. And I'm going to put them into our new container. New container gets new yeast. So let me initialize this with some yeast grains. Same as before, nice gentle tap. Get it nice and horizontal. And fewer is really better. So this is a little bit of a food source. But if you put too much in there, it becomes a little bit overwhelming. So it's kind of a gentle sprinkling of yeast granules. And then I've got my flies. I don't know if I can even show them to you easily here. Take my word for it. I've got 10 males and 10 females there. And I'm going to drop them in. One stubborn one. There we go. All right, so maybe you can see them in there. Quite a few flies. They're going to grow up and wake up and become the parents in this cross. You can leave this on its side for a while, but sometimes the liquid in the food medium at the bottom ends up kind of creeping off to the side. So I think I'll just leave them as they are. There's going to be a whole lot in there, and they're going to wake up and start laying eggs for our next generation of the cross.